Welcome into the In the Money podcast for Saturday, May 25th at Churchill Downs. I'm Tom Leach, along with Jim Goodman, Keeneland's Director of Wagering Development. Going to take a look at the late pick 4 on the Saturday card, and the headline event is the Grade 3 Winning Colors, the 10th race, third leg of the pick 4. Fillies and Mares 3 and up, going 6 furlongs. Thought this was a pretty well-matched group, Jim. Where did you land?
Yeah, I thought it was too. I went with one of the favorites and one 6-1 shot. I couldn't really separate those two. I like both of them. Awestruck, the 9-horse for Rusty Arnold, comes off a win, an $80,000 option claimer on Oaks Day in a sloppy track. So I don't know if the slop moved her up, but she ran very well that day. Beat Upset Brewing, who's also in this field, by a couple of lengths. Keyed a nice little trifecta, if I remember. Upset Brewing maybe 11 or 12 to 1 in that race. She looks good. She's tested at this level. She hasn't won a graded stakes yet, but she's been competitive. Likes Churchill, 2 for 6 with 2 seconds. And I just think that she could be the controlling speed. There's not a lot of speed in here. And the last time out at Churchill, she got the lead out of the one hole. Don't know that she has to be that way, but she could be up there on top. And I think that's a chance for her. But the other horse that I like that could be the other controlling speed is the 10-horse Salt Bay for Bernie Flint. Horses coming out of Oaklawn have done very well at Churchill, and this horse comes out of a stakes race at Oaklawn. Caught a sloppy track that I don't think she liked, but the 2 races before that at Fairgrounds, she was outstanding. And she can get the lead, and she may just beat Awestruck to the punch and get the lead from the outside and go a long way with Santana. So I like the 9 and the 10 pretty much equally here, and that's the way I'm going to play with pick 4. Stroll in the Park, the 8-horse for Larry Jones and Gabriel Saez is 2 for 5 at Churchill. And her best career race was here a year ago in the Roxalana Stakes with a 90 buyer and a 2-length win. So I think she likes Churchill. And then Let It Ride Mom is going to get some play because of Cassie and Gaffleone. I really don't like her. I think she's a polytrack specialist. I don't really understand shipping her down here for this race when she runs so well at Woodbine. But she's going to get a lot of play, and I would throw her in the exotics, but I don't think she's as good as Awestruck and Salt Bay. So I'm going to go with the 9-10 exacta box here on top in the winning colors.
Yeah, Awestruck's where I landed, too. I think she has found her niche as a sprinter. I remember talking to Rusty Arnold for an interview for Keeneland last fall, and he said that he had decided that the experimenting with 2 turns was done. She wanted to run 1-turn races, and that's what he would focus on. And she has seemingly found her best form right now in these last 2 starts, and good buyer figs, and she's run well at Churchill, so she's my pick here. I am not going to go as deep as I would like when we get to the pick 4 because I think all of these races are hard to narrow down. I liked A Stroll in the Park because of that record at Churchill. Divine Queen I'm going to throw in there, and also just a horse that loves Churchill. And then Salt Bay is another one that I liked as well. I like that Oaklawn form that you talked about. And the other one I had written down was Let It Ride Mom. But Awestruck, for me, I'll key her with those others in exactas. And now we'll move on to the pick 4, which starts in the 8th race. There's a allowance, 6.5 furlongs for 3-year-old fillies that starts it off. Then a non-winners of 1 allowance at a mile on the turf, and then the stake, and then it finishes up with a 2-turn maiden race at a mile and a 16th for fillies and mares 3 and up. So what's your pick 4 ticket look like?
Well, my pick 4 ticket, I could not come up with a single, so I'm going to be spread a little bit in the first race, and then I'll narrow it down in the second and third legs. So first race in race 8, kind of like Shanghai Rain, the 2-horse, finally gets the inside draw. She drew outside of the last 2 times, and she could show a little more speed in this spot. And then It's Time Council for Larry Jones ran ahead of Shanghai Rain last time out at Keeneland. She needs a pace to run at, so I'm not sure that she's going to get that here. That's why I kind of like Shanghai Rain from the inside. But you have to use It's Time Council as well. You may never know for Ward, and Tyler Bass probably better on turf. So I don't think I'm going to throw her in there, but maybe in the bottom of these exotics. I'm going to use Catherine the Great, the 7 for Mark Cassidy and Le Peru. Turf experiment did not really work out last time out. She won a grade 3 at Saratoga last year. If she ever recovers that form, she's going to be tough, but she's a long way from that. This suits her a lot better. And then Peruvian Appeal for Brad Cox and Florent Giroux, because it's Brad Cox and Florent Giroux at Churchill Downs, 27% jockey trainer. So 2.579 there in that leg. In the ninth race, in the allowance on the 1 mile on the turf, I'm going to use the 1-2-5 with Bridal Temper, the one horse, for Mark Cassidy and Gaffleone. Rockin' Ready is my pick for D'Amato and Jimmy Graham, who's riding really well at Churchill right now. And coming off a race that she needed at Keeneland after a 9-month layoff, if she recovers her California form, she's going to be tough to handle. And then I'm also going to use the 5-horse Made to Remember, first-time North American for Graham Motion. So going 1-2-5 there. I'm only going too deep in the winning colors with the 9-10 that we talked about. And then I've got some money left for the maiden special weight, and I'm going to go deep there with 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. Don't know that I have a strong opinion on any of them. I'm just trying to spread the horses that look logical to me, trying to catch a price and be alive to the last leg. Probably Web of Gold for Kenny McPeak intrigues me a little bit. The 8-horse, I think for B.J. Hernandez, second time at Churchill, and the only try got a 60 buyer, which is the best one of her career. Sugar Love the 10, Diamond Air. I don't think that's correct. How do you pronounce the 11-horse?
Dimondane, maybe, or Dimondane? I'm not sure.
I'll defer to the radio guy. Dimondane.
Yeah, that could be that.
Asmussen and Santana. I'm just going to use them because the horse has got a lot of works, a lot of good works for Asmussen, and I think that she's got a shot as well. Rhea Monk the 6, the Mallard Queen, the Oakland shipper, has a shot at 15-1. Had a lot of trouble the last time, may get overlooked. And anytime you have an Oakland shipper coming to maiden special weight, Churchill, you got to use her. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 in that leg. So my ticket is $72 with 2, 5, 7, 9, with 1, 2, 5, with 9, 10, with 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, $72.
My ticket's about the same, $75, and I have some different numbers, which it just I think just speaks to the challenge of this particular pick 4 sequence. Had to narrow down somewhere to keep the ticket affordable. I thought 75 would be my limit. So I just used 2 horses in the first leg, Peruvian Appeal, and then my win pick is May Never Know, who ran her best buyer in the first race off a layoff and has had 3 good works. There's 2 Wesley Wards entered, so he might scratch one, but I'm going to take May Never Know and Peruvian Appeal. Going 5 deep in the next leg, 1, 4, 5, 7, 10, Bridal Temper, Cash Out, who's a horse I just know they've had a high opinion of in the past and has never fully tapped into that potential, but I'd hate to have her beat me. Made to Remember for Motion. Orange Juice I like, and Fiber Optic. This horse won in the debut for Ian Wilkes, and that's not something you see happen very often, and they got a bad post the next time out, so maybe if you'd forgive that one and go back to that maiden win, I think that horse is dangerous at a price. So 6-9 with 1, 4, 5, 7, 10 with 6, 8, 9, which is Divine Queen, A Stroll in the Park, and my win pick, Awestruck. And then I'm going to take 5 in the last leg, 1, 2, 4, 5, 11. I think you are right on it with that 4-horse, the Mallard Queen. I think that horse is going to love stretching out to 2 turns. Tyler Bays, who's been hot, takes the mount. Coming in from the Oakland circuit, and you mentioned that it's been a good angle at this Churchill meet. I think there are a lot of luck.
That's Tony Barnhart, and this is the best of the Leach Report for Memorial Day. We'll wrap it up
Silly
right after
Isles
this time.
I'm going to take because of the Walsh-Lannery connections. Temperate, the 2, Super Tap the 5, and the 11, Dimondane. First timer going 2 turns from the 11 hole, but if I'm alive and Asmussen were to beat me, I would kick myself, so I'm going to throw that one in too. So 6-9 with 1, 4, 5, 7, 10 with 6, 8, 9 with 1, 2, 4, 5, 11 or $75. Best of luck. As you can tell, it's a tough sequence on Saturday, so good luck on narrowing it down with your handicapping and maybe a little bit of our input. And then you've got a big weekend coming up with Memorial Day holiday on Monday, and so some great racing throughout the weekend. Take advantage of it through your local simulcast facility or through your Keeneland Select account. And we'll be back next Saturday with another edition of the In the Money Podcast.